Hey everyone, it's Terry from Waving My Wand, and I'm guest designing today for Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. And I'm going to make a little thank you card. It's post-Christmas holidays, and I've got lots of thank you cards that I need to get out. And with Valentine's right around the corner, I thought I would make some kind of thank you cards with a love emphasis. Today I'll be using the 3D foam hearts and the creative 3D foam creative embellishment kit, and of course my easy grand runner. And to start, I have already scored a piece of cardstock, white cardstock, heavyweight white cardstock with a top fold, and this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And generally I just make a card based on my needs, and since I'm using a scalloped card panel that has been splattered with some Distress Oxide ink, that's worn lipstick, and it's been splattered with simply by pressing the ink into a craft mat and spritzing with some water and tapping your paintbrush across your mixed media paper. This is Strathmore mixed media paper. I use the end of my paintbrush and I dip it in the little wet ink mixture and just tap little droplets. So it's super easy. And I've already adhered my card panel, as you can see, onto my card, and I've used the foam squares to do that. Now, I wanted to use a lace outline for my hearts. And so this one's already been put together, but basically what you need to do is just get you some lace doilies, and you can find these at most craft stores in the bakery section. I think you can even find them in large department stores in the bakery section. Basically, you're just going to cut out this entire inner part. And I've used some nesting dies today for these pink hearts, and this is used with Lawn Fawn's watercolor paper. If you'd like to make your own watercolor paper, you can. But I have used the watercolor wishes paper. I love it. Anyway, so I'm using the white heart and I framed it with the edge of the doily, and I just kind of like the cloud-like fluffy look that it gives to this heart. And I've added my foam squares on the back side, and this will be the layer that I use to pop up in the center. I'm not going to put that together just yet, but once you've trimmed in your doily and added your outline, then you can make some smaller dies that will go on the center, and these are going to pop up as well. But first, I couldn't decide which way I wanted to go with the thank yous, and my video seems to be looking a little jittery for some reason. Not sure why. But anyway, I really like just the plain white. This is, I cut out several thanks words, and this is with a Sizzix die set from that was created by Jen Long, Sizzix Thinlit Dies, and it's called the Thanks with Flowers. And I really like the white, but that's too easy. Doesn't that look good? I could just go with white, and I may do that. But I've got a couple other options here too. One is to peel off the top layer of the die cut and press it into some superfine glitter. And I'm using the Glamour Dust by Deco Art. This is crystal, and I love this. Is super shiny. You just press it in really good. Flip it over, Tap off some of that excess. And can you see that sparkle? Super pretty. Alright, and then the other route that I wanted to go was to try the foils that come with the Creative Foam Kit. So you just peel off your top layer of your die cut, and I'm trying to peel the bottom layer, and that's not going to work. Let's see. I should have had this already done. Let's pause for a second. Okay, let's see here. Now, I've got the word peeled, the top layer peeled, and I'm going to place the silver piece of foil on top and just rub it in. It's that easy. Doesn't get any easier than that. You don't need any fancy foil laminators. This is super, super easy. And once you've rubbed it in, you just peel it off. Whoops. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. I love the silver. I think pink and silver just go together so well. And let's see how this is going to look on our little heart. So we have 3 choices here. We've got our plain white, which I really like the plain white. I think it just looks kind of elegant yet simple. We've got our glittery white, and that's also really nice and gives that sparkle if you're wanting to add that extra little touch. And then we have our silver. That is so pretty. Whoops. I want to show you a little trick about how to adhere this. Sometimes when your words hang off the edge, they can get stuck to what's underneath, and you don't want that to happen. So when you're working with a word like this that does hang off the edge, instead of removing the entire piece of backing on the back, don't take it all the way off. Take it out to just the outer part edges, and I'd say leave the last 2 letters. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Tap it on there. Alright, and you don't have to worry about this part getting stuck down on the bottom part. Same over here on this side. I could probably take that off a little more, but for the sake of time I won't. And let's go ahead and adhere all of this together now. I've got my doily heart, and I'm going to peel off the squares. I like to use a lot of adhesive squares just because if I'm going to be adding things on the top, I want all of the space to be filled in. It gives it more, makes it look more uniform, and there's no bumps in the middle. Put that right on the top there. Okay, and then we have our extra little layered heart that's going to pop out. And this is just a really easy card to make. All together probably would take me about, once I cut out all the pieces and had everything ready to assemble, it just takes really just a minute or 2 to put this together. Okay, and if you wanted to add a little bit of extra ribbon or some sequins or something like that, you could. This is super sweet, super pretty, and a great thank you card to send somebody who's special in your life. Thank them for being important and sending gifts. And I know my son has a lot of thank you cards that need to go out for Christmas. So thanks for stopping by and sitting in with me as I show you this little thank you Valentine card. And I'll see you next time.